कृष्ण मुरारी, गोवर्धन गिरिधारी। काहे मटकी तोरी, सुनते मीठी गारी। आहे बड़े ब्रज वाला, वो मुरली वाला ऐसी बजाए मुरली, मुरलिया जादू परी। कान्हा कन्हैया नंद लाला, वो मुरली वाला ऐसी बजाए मुरली, मुरलिया जादू परी। माखन छोर दुलारा, नटखट सबका प्यारा। मनमोहन मन भावन, नाम रटे जग सारा। माधव मुकुंद मधवाला, वो मुरली वाला ऐसी बजाए मुरली, मुरलिया जादू परी। कान्हा कन्हैया नंद लाला, वो मुरली वाला ऐसी बजाए मुरली, मुरलिया जादू परी। मुरलिया जादू परी, मुरलिया जादू परी।
भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला। भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला। भजो गिरधारी गोपाला, भजो गिरधारी गोपाला। भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला। मथुरा में हरि जन्म लियो है, मथुरा में हरि जन्म लियो है। मथुरा में हरि जन्म लियो है, गोकुल झूले नंद लाला, गोकुल झूले नंद लाला। भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला। मोर मुकुट पीतांबर सोहे, मोर मुकुट पीतांबर सोहे। मोर मुकुट पीतांबर सोहे, गल बैजंती माला, गल बैजंती माला। भजो केशवा नंद लाला, भजो केशवा हरि नंद लाला। जमुना के तीर धेनु चढ़ावे, जमुना के तीर, जमुना के तीर, जमुना के तीर, जमुना के तीर, जमुना के तीर धेनु चढ़ावे। मुरली बजाए नंद लाला, मुरली बजाए नंद लाला। भजो केशवा नंद लाला, भजो केशवा नंदलाला भजो केशवा हरे नंदलाला भजो केशवा हरे नंदलाला भजो गिरधारी गोपाला भजो गिरधारी गोपाला भजो केशवा हरे नंदलाला भजो केशवा हरे नंदलाला भजो केशवा हरे नंदलाला हरि नंदलाला हरि नंदलाला हरि नंदलाला। जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे आदिशक्ति माँ जग की जननी रणचंडी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे। विष्णु शिव स्वरूपनी तू है माँ वरदायिनी रे तू है माँ वरदायिनी रे ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिव स्वरूपनी तू है माँ वरदायिनी रे ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिव स्वरूपनी तू है माँ वरदायिनी रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे। मुंडमालक फर कर धारिणी ज्वाला मुख वित धारिणी रे ज्वाला मुख वित धारिणी रे मुंडमालक फर कर धारिणी ज्वाला मुख वित धारिणी रे मुंडमालक फर कर धारिणी ज्वाला मुख वित धारिणी रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे। दुःखहारिणी को शुभकारिणी माँ शरणागत प्रतिपालिनी रे शरणागत प्रतिपालिनी रे दुःखहारिणी को शुभकारिणी माँ शरणागत प्रतिपालिनी रे दुःखहारिणी को शुभकारिणी माँ शरणागत प्रतिपालिनी रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे आदिशक्ति माँ जग की जननी रणचंडी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे।
बोले श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय। I welcome you devotees to Janmashtami 2022 celebrations at the Gyan Divak. We've performed puja and now, having completed external activities, we will engage in bhajan, kirtan, an inward journey. So, let us begin by settling ourselves, settling our minds, and we will start by using the name of the Supreme, Krishna, Gopal, as we sink deeper into ourselves on this auspicious occasion. You can join with me. Vancha kalpatarubhayascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। हरि नाम हरि नाम हरि नामैव केवलम् कलौ नास्त्येव 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 गतिरन्यथा। हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद हे गोविंद He Gopal,
He Govind, He Gopal,
He Dayalala,
He Dayalala,
He Govind, He Gopal, He Govind, He Gopal, He Dayalala. प्राणनाथ अनाथ सके, प्राणनाथ अनाथ सके, प्राणनाथ अनाथ सके, प्राणनाथ अनाथ सके, दीन दर्द निवार। हे गोविंद,
He Gopal, He Govind, He Gopal, He Dayalala.
हे समर्थ अगम पूरन, हे समर्थ अगम पूरन, हे समर्थ अगम पूरन, हे समर्थ अगम पूरन, मोह माया तार। हे गोविंद, हे गोपाल,
He Govind, He Gopal, He Dayalala.
अंधकूप महाभयान, अंधकूप मया भयानक, अंधकूप महाभयानक, अंधकूप महाभयानक, नानक पार उतार। हे गोविंद, हे गोपाल, हे गोविंद,
He Gopal, He Dayalala.
हे गोविंद, हे गोपाल, हे गोविंद, हे गोपाल, हे दयालना, हे दयालना, हे दयालना। We are all familiar with the story, devotees, of the advent of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. We heard how that Supreme Lord had to manifest, as it were, to bring to an end the reign of the evil Kans. Kans had a sister whose name was Devaki, and she was married to Vasudeva. On their wedding day, words were heard that the children or a child of Vasudeva and Devaki would destroy this Kans. So of course, nobody wants to die. Becoming very afraid, Kans was about to kill his sister when Vasudeva begged for her life. And the arrangement was he would give all of the children born to Kans to do as he pleased. And so said, so done. Kans imprisoned Devaki and Vasudeva. They had 6 children, 6 sons first. They were handed over to Kans. He killed all 6. The 7th was moved to the womb of another wife of Vasudeva, whose name was Rohini. And then the 8th child, Bhagwan Vishnu appeared to Devaki and Vasudeva in the prison. And then after blessing them, he assumed the form of this little baby, Krishna Bhagwan, little Krishna. However, there were instructions, Krishna couldn't stay there. So Vasudeva, after the entire city was put in a certain state of sleep, they were unaware, he took Krishna Bhagwan across the Yamuna or Jamuna to the home of Nan Baba, Mata Yashoda, and he brought back with him a beautiful baby girl. When everything came back to be as promised, Vasudeva took this girl to Kans, who wasn't very impressed. But still, confused as he was, he eventually tried to kill that child. And that child, of course, was Yog Maya, that Supreme Devi, who slipped out of his hands, assumed a terrible form, Devi Kali, and told Kans, this child that is meant to kill you is safe. So watch out. And so she disappeared. We're all familiar with this story, devotees. So what I will do, we'll glorify Bhagwan Sri Krishna again as this remover of difficulties. On a superficial level, you pray, you get your problems removed, maybe. But on a deeper level, if you know that Krishna, you know who you are, then there's nothing like problems or difficulties anymore. So let's concentrate, we glorify Prabhu Sri Krishna, and then afterward, I would give you what is in my mind. I term the secret of this little incident to see if you can relate. दीनन दुख हरन देव संतन हितकारी दीनन दुख हरन देव दीनन दुख हरन देव दीनन संतन हितकारी दीनन दुख हरन देव दीनन दुख हरन देव संतन हितकारी दीनन दुख हरन देव अजामिल गीध व्याध अजामिल गीध व्याध इनमें कहा कौन साध, इनमें कहा कौन साध। पंछी को पर पदात, पंछी को पर पदात, गणिका से तारी। दीनन दुख हरन देव, दीनन दुख हरन देव, दीनन। ध्रुव केसर छत्र देत, ध्रुव केसर छत्र देत, प्रहलाद को उबार देत, प्रहलाद को उबार देत। भक्त हेत बांध्यो सेत, भक्त हेत बांध्यो सेत, लंकापुरी जाई। दीनन दुख हरन देव, दीनन दुख हरन देव, दीन। गज को जब ग्रह ग्रसेयो, गज को जब ग्रह ग्रसेयो, दुशासन चीर खसेयो, दुशासन चीर खसेयो। सभा बीच कृष्ण कृष्ण, सभा बीच कृष्ण कृष्ण, कृष्ण 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 कृष्ण, द्रौपदी पुकारी। दीनन दुख हरन देव, दीनन। इतने हरि आए गए, इतने हरि आए गए, बसनन आरूर भये, बसनन आरूर भये। इतने हरि आए गए, बसनन आरूर भये। सूरदास द्वार खारे, सूरदास द्वार खारे, सूरदास द्वार खारो, सूरदास द्वार खारो। आंधरो भिखारी, दीनन दुख हरन देव, दीनन। संतन हितकारी, दीनन दुख हरन देव, दीनन। दीनन दुख, दीनन दुख, दीनन दुख हरन देव, संतन हितकारी। दीनन दुख हरन देव, दीनन दुख हरन देव, दीनन दुख हरन देव। बोले श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय। Now devotees, this story that you've heard many times has a very significant inner meaning to it. And I'm just going to put it to you in a straightforward way, at least for me. If you can get something out of it, well then good. If not, not a problem. You continue as you've been doing, but at some point you will, I would dare say, need this sort of information. Everything we read in scriptures, every Jayanti is a birth. It's a spiritual process. And really the Jayanti is the culmination or the start of some spiritual process. So this story we've heard so many times of the birth of Sri Krishna. It's nice to, rock the palana and perform the physical actions. But the most in-depth, sweetest thing is to understand and know or experience the depth of this simple katha. What does it mean? In all of us, we have the brother and sister of Kans and Devaki. So I'm not talking about anything outside any event. I'm just talking about what takes place in each of us. Okay? So in each of us, we have Kans and Devaki, brother and sister. Why? Because these two always come together. Kans means, it comes from the Sanskrit root kam, which means desire. And Devaki, Deva means divine, divine qualities. So inside of us, we always have this pair, these two things at play. A worldly sort of drive, and then a spiritual sort of drive of building good qualities. And they fight. Those of you who were here last service would remember the secret of Abhinav Gupta. The two armies arrayed on either side in the Bhagavad Gita at the beginning represents this as well. So we always have these two things. And this is really the inner meaning of duality. Forget the world for a bit. Inside of you, you have these two things fighting all the time. Kans, worldly desires driving you to go and get things to make you happy. And Devaki, divine qualities. You know, you try not to get angry. You try to be compassionate. You try various things. But sometimes desires overtake you and you become a little greedy. You become a little or plenty angry. You understand? And there's this internal fight going on. Now, Devaki is married to Vasudeva. Vasu literally means water. But in Sanatan Dharma, water represents awareness or consciousness. So when Devaki gets married to Vasudeva, it means that you and I are putting our attention on Devaki, not Kans, right? So it means we are trying to focus, as I assume everyone here is, on Devaki, building these good qualities, your good side. And this Kans side inside of you, this ego-driven desire that you have to be happy in the world, you're trying to pull away from that a bit. Okay? So remember, it's going on inside. Kans, your ego, your drive to be happy from the world, running outside, poverty. And you have Devaki married to Vasudeva. Now, we are all trying to practice and develop these qualities, and we are trying to a certain extent to overcome Kans. Not so? In some people who, quite ego-driven, abusive, Kans is dominant. That side of them is dominant. Whereas, hopefully, devotees like yourselves, the Devaki, you're more like a Devta, Devaki, is dominant. Now, no matter how hard you try, Kans is still fighting you there inside. So what happens? In scriptures, when you read two people coming together and having a child, that is the birth of something. So when you have Vasudeva and Devaki coming together, you place your focus or your awareness on Devaki, your divine qualities. And so first you have 6 sons, meaning that it starts to give birth to these qualities now. So you start to control your anger. You start to become compassionate. But what happens is that each son here, Vasudeva takes it and gives it to Kans. And what does Kans do? He kills it. So no matter how hard you try, as I just mentioned, these 6 sons being killed by Kans represents you're trying very hard to develop these qualities, but worldliness is taking each one and dashing it down, killing it. So you're trying, but somehow or the other, this Kans quality in you, you can't get rid of it. You still feel something outside to make me happy. I'm greedy. I want more. I want to be rich. I want to have more than one wife. Things like that. So these sons are dashed to the ground by Kans. So what to do? The 7th son of Vasudeva and Devaki. So remember, this means you're making effort. Vasudeva and Devaki. You're focused on trying to better yourselves with these good qualities. The 7th son is born, but he's transferred to the womb of another wife of Vasudeva, whose name is Rohini. What does Rohini mean? Rohini in Sanskrit, literally translated, means a red cow. A cow. So this pregnancy is transferred to Rohini, and she gives birth to a son whose name is Balram. So what does this mean? Rohini, cow, we all know, means the senses in your body. Your sight, your hearing, your smell, your taste, and your touch. So what happens, devotees, is when you go along and you find that all your efforts are being dashed to the ground, what you need to do is focus on sense control. Or let me put it a better way. Stop your senses from controlling you. You see something you like, you don't run after it. You hear nice things or somebody giving you a basket, you don't fall for it. You smell something nice, you don't feel to go and, well, sniff it. You taste, you're smelling something and you want to taste because your senses are connected. You don't run down food, right? You don't want to only hug up people. Outward driven senses. And if you do that, you control these senses, then what happens? You give birth internally to Bal Ram. Bal means strength and Rama means that which shines inside. So how would you put that together? Willpower. You're fighting for this willpower to remain with your good qualities, but you can't. You only get willpower when Rohini gives birth to Balram. So now that happens, you should have this willpower, and only then you have the senses under control. The 8th son is born, who is Krishna. What does Krishna mean? Krishna means dark. But you could break up Krishna. Krishna. Krish means pure being, joy. And Na means nivriti, or facing inward, going inward. So Krishna is that state that exists beyond all of these fluctuations of your mind. That is what Krishna means. But remember, in this story, Kansa is still there. So Krishna cannot remain once Kansa is around. Krishna has to be sent away and exchanged. So Vasudeva now takes Krishna and goes where? He takes Krishna across the Yamuna or Jamuna. And Yamuna in Sanskrit means twin. So how to make sense of this? Lord Krishna, Vasudeva is taking Lord Krishna across a twin. To what? To Gokula Puri. Okay, Gokul. What does this mean? What this means, devotee, is that inside of you, you have two things going on, as I said, fighting each other. But beyond that, there are two parts of you. A part of you that you always witness, that's always changing, your body and your mind. And a part of you that is always observing that, the self. That is where Krishna needs to be. So Krishna can't stay around where Kansa is. He has to cross the Yamuna and go by Nanda and Yashoda. Nand means bliss, Yashoda means splendor. So Krishna exists over that Yamuna there, and so he becomes Nanda Lal, Yashoda Lal. Lal means to bring out. You see? So this is very experiential. And then Vasudeva takes Devi back as a child, and Yog Maya really now represents, you have a strong desire for freedom, for liberation. And Kans tries to grab onto that, but she slips out of his hand because this desire is so strong it overcomes Kans. And so this is what we refer to as mumukshutva, this intense desire to be free. And of course, in time, as Krishna develops, Vasudeva continues to work. He reflects on where Krishna actually is. Eventually, Krishna comes around and kills Kans. Only then could the family of Krishna, Devaki, and Vasudeva be together. Make sense? Now, if you want to pray to Krishna to remove your troubles, recite how much you want, good, not a problem. But devotees, there's a whole world beyond that, a whole depth beyond that. And yes, it requires a certain experience, otherwise it will seem very boring. It's just what is this, a little puzzle? But it is not a puzzle. It requires reflecting on yourself deeply, taking that internal journey. And if you just reflect on this one katha, this is all you need, then you would be guided accordingly to find that place of Krishna within you, yes, but also external to you. God is not inside you alone, inside, outside, everywhere. One consciousness. But to get that knowing is the challenge. So, on this occasion, there is a special blessing, and hopefully you would get that little impetus to actually move in that internal journey, to understand what is being said, not just listen to something that sounds very theoretical. Okay? So, you keep it. At this point, I will present two bhajans again, and then I'll pass over to the Paramacharya. Normally when a child is born, there are wonderful songs, birth songs composed. So we listen to one dedicated to Sri Krishna, and then we'll glorify him, and then I'll pass over to the Paramacharya. नंद घर बाजे हो बधैया, नंद घर बाजे रे बधैया, नंद घर बाजे हो बधैया, नंद घर बाजे रे बधैया, नंद घर बाजे बधैया, नंद घर बाजे रे बधैया, नंद घर बाजे रे बधैया, नंद घर बाजे रे बधैया। कहावा कन्हैया को के जन्म भयो है, कहावा कन्हैया को जन्म भयो है, कहावा बाजे हो बधैया, नंद घर बाजे हो बधैया, नंद घर बाजे रे बधैया। मथुरा कन्हैया को जन्म भयो है, मथुरा कन्हैया को के जन्म भयो है, गोकुल बाजे हो बधैया, नंद घर बाजे रे बधैया, नंद घर बाजे। बारह जोरी रे बारह जोरी नगारा बाजे, बारह जोरी नगारा बाजे, सोरह जोरी हो शहनया, नंद घर बाजे रे बधैया, नंद घर बाजे रे बधैया। रानी यशोदा रे रानी यशोदा मुदित भैयती, रानी यशोदा मुदित भैयती, अन्न धन देत लुटैया, नंद घर बाजे रे बधैया, नंद घर बाजे रे बधैया, नंद घर बाजे रे बधैया। करारविन्देन पदारविन्दं, मुखारविन्दे विनिवेशयन्तं, वतस्य पत्रस्य पुते शयानं, बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव धीनाथ नारायण वासुदेव जिह्वे पिब समृतमेतदेव O tongue, drink this nectar of the words, the names Govind, Damodara, Madhava, and lose yourself in that bliss. Jivhe piva samrita metadeva Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara
Govinda Damodara Madhaveti
Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari 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 He Nath Narayana Vasudeva He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Jibhe piva samritameta जिभे पिब समृद्धमेतदेव गोविंद दामोदर माधव गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद
Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti
विकृतु कामाखिल गोप कन्या विक्रेतु कामाखिल गोप कन्या मुरारी पदार्पित चित वृतु ही दध्यादिकं मोहवशादवोचर दध्यादिकं मोहवशादवोचर दध्यादिकं मोहवशादवोचर गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति
गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति
जीवे सदैवं भज सुंदरानी जीवे सदैवं भज सुंदरानी नामानि कृष्णस्य मनोहराणि नामानि कृष्णस्य मनोहराणि समस्त भक्तार्ति विनाशनानि समस्त भक्तार्ति विनाशनानि गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद
दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति
सुखवसाने इदमेव सारम् सुखवसाने इदमेव सारम् दुःखवसाने इदमेव गेयम् सुखवसाने इदमेव सारम् सुखवसाने इदमेव सारम् दुःखवसाने इदमेव गेयम् दुःखवसाने इदमेव गेयम् देहवसाने इदमेव जाप्यम् देहवसाने इदमेव जाप्यम् गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति
गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति
श्री कृष्ण राधा वर गोकुलेश, श्री कृष्ण राधा वर गोकुलेश, गोपाल गोवर्धन नाथ विष्णु, गोपाल गोवर्धन नाथ विष्णु, राधावर गोकुलेश, श्री कृष्ण राधावर गोकुलेश, गोपाल गोवर्धन नाथ विष्णु, गोपाल गोवर्धन नाथ विष्णु, जिभे पिब समृत में तरेव, जिभे पिब समृत में तरेव, गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति, गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति, गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, श्री कृष्ण श्री कृष्ण श्री कृष्ण श्री कृष्ण, गोविंद 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 गोविंद, गोविंद 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 गोविंद, गोविंद 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 गोविंद, गोविंद 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 गोविंद, गोविंद 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 गोविंद, गोविंद 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 गोविंद, गोविंद 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 गोविंद। बोले श्री कृष्ण भगवान की।
बोले वृंदावन श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, बोले से यार शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। Devotees, we are celebrating what we refer to as Janmashtami, and before I go further, I want you to focus on the word Ashtami. Ashtami means 8. Ashtami is a day in which Devi is specially worshipped. Now, just in case there is any confusion, some people may say that India will celebrate Janmashtami tomorrow. Ashtami, where we are, began today around 10 minutes to 12, and it will conclude around 1:30 tomorrow. So all this time we are in Ashtami Tithi. So in addition to worshipping Bhagavan Sri Krishna, those of us who worship Mata, we feel very privileged and overjoyed, ecstatic to have the opportunity to worship Devi. So before I go further, I'd like to invite you, let's all join together as we worship Mata. Remember, Mata played a very instrumental role. If Krishna Bhagavan is Brahm, Devi is Shakti. When that Mahavishnu, Lord Vishnu, called his Yog Maya, as you heard earlier on, to assume a form, firstly to transfer the womb of Devaki to that of Rohini, the fetus, so she can give birth to Balram. And Devi herself appeared in the home of Nand Baba Mata Yashoda, Yog Maya, Mahakali. As we keep saying, not even a blade of grass can move without Shakti. So, for a few moments, I invite you to join me as we try to tap into that energy that exists everywhere, especially within us. Jai 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 Devi Jagadamba Sankata Harani मंगल करनी, संकट हरनी, चिंता हरनी। जय 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 देवी जगदम्बा, जय 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 देवी जगदम्बा। संकट हरनी, मंगल करनी, संकट हरनी, चिंता हरनी। जय 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 देवी जगदम्बा, देवी जगदम्बा, देवी जगदम्बा। ज्ञान शक्ति विज्ञानमयी, प्रेममयी कल्याणमयी। ज्ञान शक्ति विज्ञानमयी, प्रेममयी कल्याणमयी। ज्ञान शक्ति विज्ञानमयी, ज्ञान शक्ति विज्ञानमयी, प्रेममयी कल्याणमयी। ज्ञान शक्ति विज्ञानमयी, प्रेममयी कल्याणमयी। ओ शुभ दे माता देवी जगन्माता, शुभ दे माता देवी जगन्माता। शुभ दे माता, शुभ दे माता, शुभ दे माता देवी जगन्माता, शुभ दे माता देवी जगन्माता। जय जय देवी जगदम्बा, जय 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 देवी जगदम्बा। संकट हरनी, मंगल करनी, संकट हरनी, चिंता हरनी, संकट हरनी, कलिमल हरनी। देवी जगदम्बा, जय 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 देवी जगदम्बा, देवी जगदम्बा, देवी जगदम्बा, देवी जगदम्बा। तो जागो माँ, हे माता जागो। माता देवी धारिणी दुर्गा जागो मैया, जागो जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ जननी। जागो जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ जननी। जगत उद्धारिणी माता दुर्गा, जगत उद्धारिणी माँ। जागो जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ जननी। जागो जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ, जागो जागो माँ जननी। हे गौरी देवी रन चंदी देवी, हे गौरी देवी रन चंदी देवी, हे गौरी देवी रन चंदी देवी, हे गौरी देवी रन चंदी देवी। हे शिव रमन जागो माँ, 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 हे शिव रमन जागो माँ। जागो जगत उद्धारिणी माँ, जागो जगत उद्धारिणी माँ, देवी कैलाशी देवी है शारदा देवी
हे गौरी देवी रणचंडी देवी
हे गौरी देवी रणचंडी देवी
हे शिव रमन जागो मां
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 हे शिव रमन जागो मां हे शिव रमन जागो मां जागो जगदुधारी मां जागो जगदुधारी जगत उधारिणी माता दुर्गा जगत उधारिणी मां बोले श्री शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। Devotees, all the sages who have traversed this path of bhakti, one desire was dominant in their minds. As Surdas very beautifully put it, Akhiya Hari Darshan ki pyasi. It is a craving to get that darshan of that divine. The Lord manifests, as we have heard time and again, because of three important reasons. Yada yada hi dharmasya. When unrighteousness is in the ascendant, righteousness is on the decline. When his devotee is called, that Lord is said he manifests in the macrocosm, in the world on the outside, to remove these stresses. But the sages, time and again, these great devotees, the only distress they had, this emptiness inside, that they didn't get that darshan of the Lord, which will bring real fulfillment into one's life. Time and again, they would all cry out, Surdas, Kabir Das, Narsi, Mirabai. What they wanted? Darshan. Gopala, darshan do Nandalala, Madhusudan Niri, Bala Govinda, Muralidhar he Nandam Kunda, Muralidhar he Nandam Kunda. Hey Gopal, darshan do. Gopala, darshan do Nandalala. Gopala, darshan do Madhusudan Bala Govinda, Madhusudan Bala Govinda, Muralidhar he Nanda Mukunda. राधा माधव हे ब्रजबाला, राधा माधव हे ब्रजबाला, राधा माधव हे ब्रजबाला, दर्शन दे दो श्याम गोपाल, दर्शन दे दो मदन गोपाल, गोपाल दर्शन दो गोपाल दर्शन दो राधा माधव हे ब्रजबाला, राधा माधव हे ब्रजबाला, हे ब्रजबाला, हे गोपाला, हे नंदलाला, हे मतवाला, राधा माधव हे ब्रजबाला, दर्शन दे दो मदन गोपाला, हे दर्शन दे दो श्याम गोपाल, गोपाल दर्शन दो गोपाल दर्शन दो मधुसूदन बाल गोविंद, मुरलीधर हे नंद मुकुंद, गोपाल दर्शन दो नंदलाल, गोपाल दर्शन दो नंदलाल. Devotees, darshan comes to those who really seek it. When one gets that darshan, it is said that there is a culmination of one's life journey, meaning that you have reached out high points. Bhagwan came in so many different forms, but we are focusing on Bhagwan Sri Krishna. So for a few moments, Bal Krishna. जय बाल मुकुंदा कृष्ण गोविंदा, यशोमती के लाल की, ये मुरली मनोहर मधुर सलोना, मधुसूदन की आरती. जय बाल मुकुंदा कृष्ण गोविंदा, यशोमती की लाल की, ये मुरली मनोहर मधुर सलोना, मधुसूदन की आरती. जय बाल मुकुंदा. जग में ज्योति अंतकरण की, प्रकाश कराने वाला, प्रकाश कराने वाला, हाथ बताने ये श्याम सुंदर की वर गिरधर की तबू मोरा उंजिया ये मुरली मनोहर मधुर सलोना मधुसूदन की आरती जय भान मुकुंदा अमृत वाणी वेद बखानी संतर झाने वाला संतर झाने वाला भव पार करने वाला भव पार करने वाला ब्रह्म ज्ञान यही स्वर्ग धाम यही कुंजन मोहन छवि धाम मुरली मनोहर मधुर सलोना मधुसूदन की आरती जय भान मुकुंदा संपत्ति दाता अघ को मिटाता पीर मिटाने वाला पीर मिटाने वाला धन ध्यान बढ़ाने वाला धन ध्यान बढ़ाने वाला कवि कृष्ण हृदय में कवि कृष्ण हृदय में दीप जले अनहद घंटा ध्वनि बाजे ये मुरली मनोहर मधुर सलोना मधुसूदन की आरती जय बाल मुकुंदा कृष्ण गोविंदा यशोमती के लाल ये मुरली मनोहर मधुर सलोना जय बाल मुकुंदा if you can have that image of Bhagavan Sri Krishna Bal Mukund and focus, let the mind focus, put the minds to work, visualize the various Leelas he carried out, Makhan Chod, Bansi Dhara Kanhaiya, play upon the Basuri, bursting the water pots of the gopis. What didn't he do? He did all these things to champion the cause of his devotees, to bring joy into their lives. So you put your mind to work, whatever appeals to you. Put the mind on Bhagavan Krishna, don't let it stray. We go on a short journey as we glorify him. Hey Gopala Gopala Radhe Gopala Gopala Radhe Gopala Gopala Radhe Gopala Gopala Radhe Murali Manohar Radhe Murali Manohar Radhe Murali Manohar Radhe Murali Manohar Radhe Gopala Gopala Radhe Gopala Gopala Radhe Gopala Gopala Radhe Gopala Gopala Radhe Madhubana Sanchara Radhe Nandalala Madhubana Sanchara Radhe Nandalala Madhubana Sanchara Radhe Nandalala Madhubana Sanchara Radhe Nandalala Radhe Nandalala Radhe Nandalala Jai Jai Radhe Nandalala Radhe Nandalala Radhe Nandalala Radhe Nandalala Madhubana Sanchara Radhe Nandalala Madhubana Sanchara Radhe Nandalala Murali Manohar Radhe Nandalala Murali Manohar Radhe Nandalala Murali Manohar Radhe Nandalala मनोहर राधे नंदलाला गोपाल गोपाल राधे नंदलाला गोपाल गोपाल राधे नंदलाला राधे नंदलाला राधे नंदलाला जय राधे नंदलाला जय राधे नंदलाला रे राधे नंदलाला राधे नंदलाला राधे नंदलाला राधे नंदलाला devotees. Makhan Chor, favorite pastime of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. The gopis knew it, Mata Yashoda knew it, and up to today, all the devotees of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, they know it. Makhan Chor. Nanda Nandana he Chitra Chor, Raja Janamana Hari Nanda Kishore. हे गिरिधारी कृष्ण मुरारी कुंज विहारी नवनीत चोर नंद नंदन हे चित चोर रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर हे रज जनन हरि नंद नंदन हे चित चोर रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर हे नंद नंदन हे चित चोर रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर नंद नंदन हे चित चोर रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर हे गिरिधारी कृष्ण मुरारी हे गिरिधारी कृष्ण मुरारी हे गिरिधारी कृष्ण मुरारी हे गिरिधारी कृष्ण मुरारी कुंज विहारी नवनीत चोर कुंज विहारी नवनीत चोर हे कुंज विहारी नवनीत चोर कुंज विहारी नवनीत चोर नंद नंदन हे चित रज जनन हरि नंद हे रज जनन हरि नंद नंद नंदन हे चित चोर रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर हे गिरिधारी कृष्ण मुरारी हे गिरिधारी कृष्ण मुरारी हे गिरिधारी कृष्ण मुरारी हे गिरिधारी कृष्ण मुरारी कुंज विहारी नवनीत चोर कुंज विहारी नवनीत चोर हे कुंज विहारी नवनीत चोर कुंज विहारी नवनीत चोर नंद नंदन हे चित चोर नंद नंदन हे चित चोर रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर हे रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर नंद नंदन हे चित चोर रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर रज जनन हरि नंद किशोर रज जनन devotees. Kanhaiya, if you notice, most time we say Radhe Krishna, Radha and Krishna. They always go together. Now, I wouldn't want to go into any kind of philosophy here, but Bhagavan Sri Krishna's main consort was Rukmini. But hardly you hear about Rukmini Krishna. You hear Radha Krishna. This has significance. But as I say, we're not going to go all that. Focus Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna. Visualize. Radhe Govind Krishna Murari. Jai Shama Mukunda Murari. Bolo Shama Mukunda Murari. Radhe Govind Krishna Murari. Radhe Govind Krishna Krishna Murari. Nandaya Nanda Radhe Govinda, Nandaya Nanda Radhe Govinda, Nandaya Nanda, Nandaya Nanda Radhe Govinda, Nandaya Nanda Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Krishna Mukunda, Radhe Govinda, Krishna Mukunda, Radhe Govinda, Krishna Mukunda, Radhe Govinda, Krishna Mukunda, Shama Mukunda Murari, Bolo Shama Mukunda Murari, Bolo Krishna Mukunda Murari, Bolo Krishna Mukunda Murari, Radhe Govinda Krishna Murari, Radhe Govinda Krishna Murari, Shama Mukunda Murari, Bolo Shama Mukunda Murari, Bolo Shama Mukunda Murari, Bolo Shama Mukunda Murari, Govinda Krishna Murari, Radhe 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 Govinda Krishna Murari. Devotees, if you focus very on the mood of these beautiful kirtan, it puts you, if you can really imagine, it puts you in Vrindavan. Now those of us who have been fortunate to reach there, it's a totally different kind of vibration, a feeling. Something totally different. You go to Ayodhya Puri, the feeling there is different. You go to Kashi Puri, yes. But in Vrindavan, when we go there, devotees, there is something joyous, ecstatic about Bhagwan Sri Krishna Leela Purushottam, especially Bal Charitra. His Leelas he carried out as a child. And devotees, so many miracles he performed, many actions he carried out, and different names given to him. And these are the names that we put in the kirtan, and we chant these names. But each name has a power, a great power, devotees. Each name has a great power. By chanting it, I may not know the mechanics of it. As I keep saying, I drive my car, I don't know much about fuel combustion, I don't know much about computer system or coolant system, but I know when I start my car and I drive it going. And if anything goes wrong, I take it to the mechanic. So for simple devotees like us, we are driving the car. And if you take care of it, you maintain it, it works very beautifully, very smooth. Jai Jai Gopal. You have heard Umesh mentioned cow senses. Gopal, the protector of the senses. Devotees, we are told in Ramayana that all that can be perceived by the mind and senses is Maya, delusive, changeable. The senses go outside, we need to pull them inside. Bhagwan, he is Gopal, he protects the senses. Gopal. Jai Jai Gopala, Krishna Gopala, Shama Gopala, Jai Jai Gopala. Jai Jai Gopala. श्याम गोपाला कृष्ण गोपाला जय जय गोपाला श्याम गोपाला हे गोपाला गोपाला हे गोपाला गोपाला जय जय गोपाला गोपाला हे नंद लाला गोपी लोला गोकुल बाला हे नंद लाला गोपी लोला गोकुल बाला वृंदावन गोपाल वृंदावन गोपाल वृंदावन गोपाल श्याम गोपाल कृष्ण गोपाल जय जय गोपाल श्याम गोपाल कृष्ण गोपाल जय जय गोपाल हे राधे गोपाल श्याम गोपाल जय जय गोपाल राधे गोपाल जय जय गोपाल हे गोपाल गोपाल जय जय गोपाल जय गोपाल हरे गोपाल हरे गोपाल हे नंद लाला गोपी लोला गोकुल बाला 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 वृंदावन गोपाल वृंदावन गोपाल वृंदावन गोपाल राधे गोपाल श्याम गोपाल जय जय गोपाल राधे गोपाल श्याम गोपाल जय जय गोपाल हे गोपाल गोपाल जय जय गोपाल
जय जय
गोपाल हरे गोपाल
हरि
गोपाल जय जय गोपाल
जय जय
गोपाल राधे गोपाल
राधे
गोपाल कृष्ण गोपाल
कृष्ण
गोपाल devotees, you would have remembered that when Bhagwan Sri Krishna was a baby, who came for that darshan? देखो एक बाला जोगी माता यशोदा saw that yogi Krishna, Bhagwan asleep. That yogi came for darshan. Who is that yogi? Bhagwan Shankar. So you know, if divinity would seek darshan of divinity, what about ordinary mortals like us? Shouldn't we follow suit that example? So the sages in infinite wisdom, they compose these kirtans, bhajans that we can appeal sincerely as allowed to come. Gantas darshan. Avu, 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 avu. Avu, 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 avu. Avu, darshan do Nandlala. Avu, darshan do Nandlala. Avu, 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 avu. Avu, 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 avu. Avu, Sundara Nanda Gopala. Avu, Sundara Nanda Gopala. Avu, 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 avu. Avu, 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 avu. Avu, Sundara Nanda Gopala. Avu, Sundara Nanda Gopala. Navnit Chura Manasa Vihara. Navnit Chura Manasa Vihara. Darshan do Nandlala. Darshan do Nandlala. Darshan do Nandlala. Avu darshan do Nandlala. Avu darshan do Nandlala. Avu, 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 avu. Avu, 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 avu. Avu, Sundara Nanda Gopala. Avu, Sundara Nanda Gopala. Navnit Chura Manasa Vihara. Navnit Chura Manasa Vihara. Darshan do Nandlala. Darshan do Nandlala. Darshan do Nandlala. Darshan do Nandlala. Avu darshan do Nandlala. Avu darshan do Nandlala. Avu, 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 avu. Avu, 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 avu. Avu, darshan do Nandlala. Avu darshan do Nandlala. Avu darshan do Nandlala. Avu darshan do. Devotees, the journey can go on and on. We have a time limit, and I don't want to cross the time limit. What I'm trying to project to us is that, as we have been hearing time and again, life is nothing but an empty dream unless one realizes the Supreme. God makes a difference. Now, this is from our position of limitation. Yes, aham brahmasmi. That is who I am and what I'm in reality. But in my state, limited state, with all these kanchukas binding me, I have to go through a journey. This is what Pandit Umesh has been explaining to you all. I have to go through this journey to come to that point of realization. Aham brahmasmi. But in the meantime, devotees, all these various strategies have been given to us. And the attitude's important. Very, very important. Especially in the path of bhakti. The attitude we have is important. Remember, I've been saying, it's not only what we do, but the intent behind what we do is most important. If the intent is to find that Lord, genuinely so, we make sacrifices, but anything is going to happen. And you know what your intent is, each person, what is supposed to be. It's not for me to judge that. I'm just putting it to you. And if you check history, so many sages have gone through this pathway and achieved great success. To quote a few devotees, they have achieved great success. So I will wrap it up. Just two simple bhajans I would like to do. This one is a bit of advice the sages have given to us devotee. Tero aava gaman chuti jai, shamras to piyo mere bhai. You want to free yourself from this cycle of birth and death, this vicious cycle? Then drink the substance of the name of Sham, Ram. Try to follow what the bhajan says, devotees. Tero avagaman chuti jai sham ras piyo mere bhai. Tero avagaman chuti jai sham ras piyo mere bhai. Tero avagaman chuti jai sham ras piyo mere bhai. दुर्लभ तूने नरतन पाया, दुर्लभ तूने नरतन पाया, पूरा जन्म कमाई। दुर्लभ तूने नरतन पाया, पूरा जन्म कमाई। अब काहे हरि भजन भुलाया, अब काहे हरि भजन बुलाया। अवसर बीत जाए श्याम रस पियो मेरे भाई। तेरो आवागमन छुटी जाए श्याम रस पियो मेरे भाई। दुर्लभ तूने नर्तन पाया। Out of the 8,400,000 species of creation, the human form is the best, difficult to achieve. दुर्लभ तूने नर्तन पाया, पूर्व जन्म कमाई. Because of past good accumulated karmas, we are born as a human being. Being born as a human being, अब काहे हरि भजन भुलाया? Why do you forget to chant the name of the Lord? Why do you turn away from Him? In such ignorance, such stupidity, our sarabit circumstances go away and we lose out. Time, tide, opportunity, wait on no man. So then wake up, jago, O bhakto, jago. निस दिन काम करो भयो सम हरि नाम विसारी. निस दिन काम करो भयो सम हरि नाम विसारी. जन्म मरण कबहू नहीं छूटे, जन्म मरण कबहू नहीं छूटे. माया नाचन चाय श्याम रस पियो मेरो भाई. तेरो आवागमन छुटी जाए श्याम रस पियो मेरो भाई. We go through our daily lives, performing our duties. At such time and again, conveniently, we remember the Lord. Time and again. Otherwise, He's far away from us. You know what? The sages are telling us, Janma Maran Kabahu Nahi Chute. We can't give up birth, we can't give up death. We are caught up in this vicious cycle, this duality. We are caught up in the power of Maya, the grips of Maya, dancing to the tune of Maya. When are we going to wake up? When? Oh bhai, you want to free yourself from bondage? The Sham Ras Piyo. Who set the example for us? What examples we have to follow? Shuk Deva Saunak Muni Piya, Shambhu Piyo Man Laye. Shuk Deva Saunak Muni Piya, Shuk Deva Saunak Muni Piya, Shambhu Piyo Man Laye. नारद व्यास आदि सब पिया, नारद व्यास आदि सब पिया. नाच नाच अवधाई श्याम रस पियो देव शौनक मुनि पिया शंभु पियो मन लाई नारद व्यास आदि सब पिया नारद व्यास आदि सब पिया निस दिन रहत भाई रस पियो मेरे भाई तेरो आवागम न छुटी जाए शर्म। Sukhdev Muni, when we do Bhagavad Katha, we elaborate upon these. Sukhdev Muni, Sanakadik, Narad Muni, Vyasji, all these great sages, Bhagwan Shankar, day and night, Ram, Hey Ram, Shri Ram, divinity. The jeweler knows the value of jewels, devotees. The man on the street is caught up by glass that shines. He loses direction. These great sages, they chant that name, they drank the substance of that name. They said, "Din Rat Bhai," and he became intoxicated with divine intoxication, day in, day out. What a state to be in. Why not wake up, oh man? Follow the example. सूरदास तुलसी और कबीरा नरसी मीरा बाई सूरदास तुलसी और कबीरा नरसी मीरा बाई बड़े भाव श्याम रस पिया बड़े भाव श्याम रस पिया नाच नाच कवदाय श्याम रस पियो मेरे भाई मन छुपी जाए श्याम रस पियो मेरे भाई तेरो आवाज मन छुपी जाए श्याम रस पियो मेरे। Surdas, Tulsidas, Kabir, those who know, we keep saying the rich gets rich and the poor gets poor, because the rich knows what he has to do to become rich. The poor sits down and envies the rich. In other words, we blow our lives away in stupidity. And one day to come, you have to come back right in the same circle beginning. Why waste the time? These sages on a daily basis, we know the stories of them. Surdas, Narsi, Mirabai, Ram, Ras, Piyo, Bare Bhav, with great feelings. Ram, Ras, Piyo, Sham, Ras, Piyo, Nach, Nach, Aur Gai. They dance in divine intoxication, not in Maya, in the illusion. And this is why they have been immortalized. We have that chance, devotees? We have that chance? The Gita says that men follow the path set by great men. And if we are wise, we follow this pathway, as we are doing, hopefully. So devotees, in today's world, so many distractions, pulling people away. They lose sense of direction. And when life comes to naught, there is only disappointment. Anytime you turn away from divinity, your life is going to come to zero. Bear that in mind. Because you know why? By nature you are divine. And anytime you live otherwise, it is deviant behavior. This is why we suffer. Because of deviant behavior. God will punish no worry, no devotees. Our karmas cause it. Deviant behavior, slipping away from what we are supposed to do. And excuse, I'm quick to make excuse. To point to God. Jan maran kabul nahi chute. The Guru gave up these things, devotees. Arab bhajans tell us, you know, what we grab onto. What to grab onto we don't, what to let go we let go. And we expect life to have any meaning, any value. It never fails, no devotees. You make that mistake, you regret it. But it's never too late. Every journey begins with one footstep. And even if I might step out, make sure you step back in and get back on the journey. We have used this example of the jata, they call it, people grinding rice long time in these two slabs of stone, rocks. The rice that stays close to the middle is never ground. Though that's stray, ground to powder. Isn't that so? So when you stray away from divinity, from the middle, that home base, you are ground to powder. Life becomes a mess. And then you will have to live a life of a lie to justify that, hey, I couldn't help it, but I had to do that. Who are you justifying to yourself? No way. What is right, and what is not right, of course, is not right. So devotees, the simple solution is surrender to God. And this final bhajan I want you to do, we can make preparation for the final havan. Devotees, just 3 words. Learn it. And it's not I love you. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. You know what that means? I am seeking the protective shelter of my Krishna. Protect me, O Lord. So when you come to that line, I want everybody, and you're going to sing it on a pitch, up, like we're really seeking the protective shelter of Kanhaiya. You do it right, with the right attitude, right bhav here tonight, something good is going to happen for you. You waste your time otherwise. जन्म जन्म की पाप के धर्म की बादल दूर रहते जो मुख से एक बार रहते श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम. That's all. श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम. श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम. श्री कृष्ण. तीन शब्द का ये संगीत मुक्ति दिलाने वाला गीत. तीन शब्द का ये संगीत मुक्ति दिलाने वाला गीत. इसको गाकर जग पूजी, इसको गाकर जग पूजी. श्री कृष्ण शरणम. काम क्रोध मद भस्म करे, लोभ मोह से प्राण हरे. काम क्रोध मद भस्म करे, लोभ मोह से प्राण हरे. जो मुख में ये मंत्र धरे, जो मुख में ये मंत्र धरे. श्री कृष्ण करता कल्याण. कलयुग में ये है वरदान, जन जन का कया कल्याण. वैष्णव जन को मंत्र महान, वैष्णव जन को मंत्र महान. श्री कृष्ण श्री कृष्ण श्री कृष्ण श्री कृष्ण Let these 3 words resonate with your new devotees. If there is anything else or nothing else you remember, bear this in mind. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. बोले वृंदावन श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की
We join in our final Havan. Om Sri Man Mahaganadhipatye Swaha. Om Sri Gauri Mata Swaha. Om Sri Prithvi Mata Swaha. Om Sri Panchlokpal Devaya Swaha. Om Hrim Srim Chandikaya Namah Swaha. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaya Viche Swaha. Om Hrim Srim Lakshmi Bhyo Namah Swaha. Om Srim Hrim Saraswatyay Swaha. Om Krim Kalyay Namah Swaha. Om Sri Tara Devi Swaha. Om Sri Tripura Sundari Devi Swaha. Om Sri Bhuvaneshwari Devi Swaha. Om Sri Tripura Bhairavi Devi Swaha. Om Sri Chinamasta Devi Swaha. Om Sri Dhumavati Devi Swaha. Om Sri Bagla Mukhi Devi Swaha. Om Sri Matangi Devi Swaha. Om Sri Kamala Devi Swaha. Om Sri Naudurga Mata Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Sri Swaha Mata Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Hrim Shashti Devi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Om Sri Sitaramachandraya Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Sri Radha Krishnaya Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Sri Hum Hanumate Namah Swaha. Om Sri Aditya Devaya Swaha. Om Sri Chandra Devaya Swaha. Om Sri Mangal Devaya Swaha. Om Sri Buddha Devaya Swaha. Om Sri Brihaspati Devaya Swaha. Om Sri Shukra Devaya Swaha. Om Sri Shani Devaya Swaha. Om Sri Rahave Namah Swaha. Om Sri Ketave Namah Swaha. Om Sri Agindevaya Swaha. Om Sri Ishtadevaya Swaha. Om Sri Kuldevaya Swaha. Om Sri Asthan Devaya Swaha. Om Sri Vastudevaya Swaha. Om Sarvadevata Sarvadevi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Sri Anant Swarupaya Brahmane Namah Swaha. Om Sri Guruve Bhyo Namah Swaha. Please all stand. We make our final offering. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha. Om Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha. Om Namah Shivaya Cha Shivtaraya Cha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Purnamidah Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Om Sarva Papaharam Divyam Gangyam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanang Chamaya Dattam Grihitam Purushotamaha Achmanyam Samarpayami Sri Agindevaya Namo Namaha.
We will do Arati in the meantime. So devotees will join together in Arati. Those of you who came in a bit late and didn't perform puja yet, you will be facilitated at this point in time. When we Sutta finish the Arati, what you will do, well, while the Arati is being done, you all can come one by one, in a nice order fashion. You can just put a flower into the cradle, the palna if you have. If not, gentle rock. And those three words we just sang about, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Gently rock it, and you're seeking the protective shelter of Bhagwan Sri Krishna. So we join together in Arati.
Jai Jai जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जो ध्यावे फल पावे, दुख बिन से मन का। सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, कष्ट मिटे तन का। मात पिता तुम मेरे, शरण रहूं किसकी। तुम बिन और न दूजा, आश करूं जिसकी। तुम पूरन परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी। पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, तुम सबके स्वामी। तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता। दीन दयालु कृपालु, कृपा करो भरता। तुम हो एक अगोचर, सबके प्राणपति। इस विधि मिलो दया में, तुमको मैं कुमति। दीन बंधु दुख हरता, तुम रक्षक मेरे। करुणा हस्त बढ़ाओ, शरण परा तेरे। विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा। श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
While these Stotas perform their obeisance to Bhagwan Krishna through Parna, relevant bhajan devotees, let's join. E jhule jhule palana, jhule jhule palana, Yashoda jhulave lalana. झूले झूले पलना यशोदा झूलावे ललना। काहे की यह पन बनी है, काहे की यह पन बनी है, काहे के लागे फूलना, ओ काहे के लागे फूलना, यशोदा झूलावे ललना, झूले झूले पलना। चंदन की यह पहना बनी है, चंदन की यह पहना बनी है, चंदन की यह पहना बनी है, चंदन की। रेशम के लागे फूलना, रेशम के लागे फूलना, यशोदा झूलावे ललना, झूले झूले पलना, यशोदा झूलावे ललना। यो मेरी ललना के पलना झूलावे, यो मेरी ललना के पलना झूलावे, यो मेरी ललना। तू भी दोनों हाथ कंगना, तू भी दोनों हाथ कंगना, यशोदा झूलावे ललना, झूले झूले पलना, यशोदा झूलावे ललना। तेरे ललना, तेरे ललना, यशोदा झूलावे ललना, झूले झूले पलना, यशोदा झूलावे ललना। यशोदा झूलावे ललना। ए झूला झूलावे ब्रजपाला, ए झूला, ओ झूला झूलावे ब्रजपाला, झूले नंदलाला, झूले नंदलाला, झूले गोपाला। रेशम के डोरी झूलावे यशोदा, रेशम की डोरी, रेशम की डोरी, रेशम की डोरी झूलावे यशोदा। मंगल गावे ब्रजपाला, मंगल गावे ब्रजपाला, झूले नंदलाला, झूलावे गीत सुनावे, पना झूलावे गीत सुनावे, आरती उतारे ब्रजपाला, आरती उतारे ब्रजपाला, झूले नंदलाला, झूले गोपाला। ए झूले नंदलाला, झूले गोपाला, झूले गोपाला, झूले ब्रजपाला, झूले ब्रजपाला, झूले मतवाला, ए झूले मतवाला, झूले गोपाला,
We join in closing prayer. Shiva Hare Shiva Ram Sakhe Prabhu Trivedhata Panivaran He Vibhu Aj Janeshwar Yadav Pahima Shiva Hare Vijayam Guru Me Varam Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me Varam Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Om Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Garuda Dhwaja Mangalam Pundarikaksha Mangalaya Ganohari Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Garuda Dhwaja Mangalam Garuda Dhwaja Mangalam Garuda Dhwaja Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janardanam Yat Pujitam Maya Deva Paripurnam Tadastu Om Asatoma Satkamaya Om Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Om Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Har Har Mahadev Har Har Mahadev Har Har Mahadev बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय आर शक्ति दुर्गा माता की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोले श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय बोले श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय बोले श्री स्वाहा माता की जय
Sitaram. As we bring our celebration for the occasion of Sri Krishna Janmashtami to an end, we would like to thank devotees for choosing to celebrate together with us. A heartfelt thanks must be given to our Paramacharya Pandit Haridev Prasad and our spiritual leader Pandit Dr. Umesh Prasad for leading us in devotions tonight. There is always a different level of bliss that is experienced during Sri Krishna Leela and Kirtan. Thank you to everyone who played a role in the preparation of the temple for tonight. Special mention must be made to those persons who contributed significantly to the semi-annual general clean done earlier this month. These persons came in and did a fantastic job without seeking mention. We are very grateful for your support and selfless service towards Gandhipak. Appreciation is extended to our security officials present tonight who facilitated in making our event a safe one. Thank you to our caterer who ensured a prompt delivery of and always tasty refreshments. It was a wonderful evening of devotions, and we are happy that you were able to be a part of it. To continue this journey, Gyan Deepak will be having Ganesh Jayanti celebrations on Tuesday, 30th August. This will be followed by 4 nights of Ganesh worship, extending from August 31st to September 3rd. Devotees can worship their clay murtis of Lord Ganesh during this time and join together with us right here for Ganesh Visarjan on Sunday, 4th September. Further details will be posted on our social media forum and reinforced at our Sunday morning service, which will resume this weekend. Refreshments can be collected to the front along with Arti and Prasad. We wish you a safe journey home and look forward to you joining with us again as we continue our devotions. Sitaram.
Thank you very much, Erika. Devotees, as we proceed to conclude, I want to say blessings to Niri and Avinash and this very beautiful child. I can't make her out. Is that Sita? This is Ravina. What happened? Our customs in the hair won't be enough. But anyway, you look very, very, and I'll say handsome. Very beautiful. Nice. I'm very, very happy to see you sitting with mommy and performing puja. Tomorrow will be Niri's birthday, the 19th. Tomorrow is the 19th, right? So I want to wish you a happy birthday, Niri. 45? Yeah. And some of you may not know, but Niri has been along with us, like with Ruda and Nivala, who is not here this morning. She's in Florida. Quite a few of these from since the beginning of Gyan Deepak Kirtan Mandali. I think Niri was about 5 years of age when we started. And from since then to now, she is here, and her children are here, and the grandchild is also here. I feel very gratified about that. So, blessings. You must mention Danny before you get back when you go home. All right, so Danny, wait, not for you to, that support that you have given to the family is tremendous. And this is what we are about. We love that very much. So keep it going as a family, and Niri, enjoy your birthday, and many more birthdays to come. All right, you have been doing human service. Over the years, you have been accompanying me in yagyas throughout with other members of Gyan Deepak, too numerous to mention. And as a guru, I'm very pleased. I'm very satisfied with the sacrifices you are making. Blessings to you. And I wish somehow the children could make some of this kind of sacrifice also. Now they are doing it. Yes? But I've not seen Sabita. She's around somewhere. Alright. Imasna. So, very good. You all are following the parents' footsteps. And this is what we need. Not to cut up too much, but when people die and so on, and they do pitra, puja, bhandara and so on, other food they put outside, pindar. I keep saying the best way you could honor your ancestors by following the pathway. Not blind rituals now. Following the pathway like what you are doing now. What sense does it make you do all the rituals and you can't follow the principles and practices of the ancestors? So this is good. Keep it going. So happy birthday, Niri, and all the best for many, many more. And I don't know if you picked it up. I picked it up. I was listening very carefully. I understand Sunday morning service is starting back Sunday morning. All right, so Pranatamesh, we are very happy for that. But I am very happy for that. All right, so we look forward to seeing you Sunday morning. We get back into our momentum as the journey continues. And I want to just mention also the Ganesh Utsav Yagya we are doing. Pranatamesh, I didn't discuss with you, but I discussed with I had discussion with Adesh. That day is his birthday, and he wants to sit on that day. So I have mentioned that we could finish Sunday morning. But when I looked at it and see Saturday night, all the preparation, and Sunday morning, it's a bit of a rush. So I'm suggesting we finish Sunday evening. We start around 3 o'clock. Is that okay with everybody? People could see your sari better late in the evening. All right? So we'll finish Sunday evening. Our yag will finish Sunday evening. We'll start around 3 o'clock. Puja and conclusion. Okay? So we have, I think, 6 days of devotions here. So prepare yourself and do join us. Wonderful time is approaching. So devotees, blessings to all. And as you heard, refreshments have been prepared. So you kindly remain, well, on your way out, receive your refreshments, and just in case somebody, people, sometimes you can't get out of a certain mindset. Janmashtami is supposed to be midnight. Yeah, midnight and we finish our reading, Janipak. You see, we're trying to adjust with the time. Crime is very, very high right now. Even in Trinidad, in Avinash, people are getting shot just all about. Don't frighten, you won't get shot. But we don't unnecessarily remain. It's a birthday celebration. And Panatomal asked me, somebody asked him, why Krishna Bhagavan was born midnight? Why we don't do it midnight? And I asked you a question, if you're born 4 o'clock in the morning, do you do your celebration 4 o'clock in the morning? It's a celebration to get blessings. So no argument. And if you like to wait till midnight, you have enough time to reach home and keep it going. Wait till midnight and do your Havan and so on if you want to, and go ahead. As a matter of fact, as I said, Ashtami finishes tomorrow around 1:30 afternoon. So you can do what you want. Right, devotees? Some of you love to keep your sacrifices. That's good. Go ahead. We're getting too old for that. Okay? I've done my devotions, and I'm sure most of us have done our devotions here. You can partake of your meals, which is Mahaprasadam. Okay? Niri? Stand up and let Ravina lead the chorus now. That is Ravina voice? Okay, all right. So devotees, blessings to all. Have a safe journey back home, everybody. Be very careful. Okay?